I was just wondering, another YouTuber made a video about three words: handicapped, disabled, and differently abled. And she wanted to reflect about that and which one did she lean towards the more, you know. Welcome, everybody. My name is Lisa, and this is World Wheelchair Warriors. Today, we're going to talk about these three important words and what fits you best, depending on your culture, on the history. The word handicap has a negative history. If you look it up, then you'll see what happened to people back then. They were called handicapped. Handy. And I'm not anybody's handiwork. I'm not anybody's tool to go fix something to work for them. No. Forget it. That's what the word handicap was used for. Those people who could do work. And forget it. Nope, not me. Ask me permission on what you need, and I'll consider it. Back then, the people with handicaps or who were disabled were used rather than respected. So we need to be careful with that word in particular. The word disability I feel more comfortable with. I think it describes me better. Disabled. Yes, I have some disabilities, some parts that don't work. My brain still works, but other parts of my body do not, and that's why I'm in a wheelchair. I'm comfortable with that. I think it describes me better. Now, there's another word, differently abled. That's a very strange word, and it's a new one. Differently abled. It skips, goes right over disability. Differently abled. It's like people are not quite sure. They don't want to insult you. They don't want to say something incorrect. They want to avoid the word disability because they feel like the word is insulting, and it's not. I'm going to tell you right now, for me, the word disability is not insulting. It's who I feel that I am. So if you say, how are you doing? How are you managing with your disability? I'm not offended at all. However, if you say, so do you classify yourself as differently abled? Like differently what? That's a word that just doesn't fit anywhere in my vocabulary. I don't know about yours, but it differently abled. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in a wheelchair, you're not. So what does that say about us? So, to me, the closest word to reality is the best word. The best word is the one that describes reality. And disability says it right then and there. And don't feel bad about using that word. Just don't. It's okay. You won't offend us. Some people prefer differently abled. Yes. Some people prefer that word. And people are different depending on their history of their country, because we are World Wheelchair Warriors. It includes all these different countries from all different, places. And it depends on their history, their culture, where they're at this point, what's on their government documents. It just depends. So for me, disability is okay. What is okay for you? What is the word that is used most in your community, in your country, in your town. Tell us about it. Tell us about it right down below. We use handicap, or we use this, or I feel better with this word. We're all very different. Disability is the one I choose. What have you chosen, and what have you felt more comfortable with? And that's the question. That's the word you need to go with, really, because I recognize that language, culture go together, and politics, government, all of that goes together. And, what word comes out more in that society is the word that is used. So, this conversation could go on forever, but the word disability, what does it say to you? The word handicap, what does it say to you? How does it feel? The word differently abled, which is a very strange made-up word in recent years, but how does it feel to you? If someone says disability, you are a person with a disability, yes, that's okay. Because that's the truth. Quite frankly, that's the truth. It's like saying that the word shoe is offensive, so I'm going to say something on your foot. Just say shoe, that's fine. So we got to figure this out, personally, culturally, language, because the word disability might not fit in XYZ language, might not fit in XYZ culture. So I recognize that, and I'm curious. I'm curious out there in India, in Tanzania, in what word do you use? The UK, what do you use over there? And I'm mentioning countries that come on here frequently. Italy, Germany, Austria, what word do you use that you feel is appropriate? Write down below. If you've reached this far in the video, write down below. What word do you feel more comfortable with? Anyhow, I think it's an important conversation. Let's continue the conversation and see what comes out in the different countries. All right, folks, give it a like, subscribe. That would help my channel a ton to continue to grow and to offer these topics to each one of you. And I shall see you very soon.